Earned value EVA. This represents the value of work actually performed. Question example. What is the earned value of a project if the budget at completion is $100,000 and the project is 40% complete? Planned value PV. This represents the value of work that should have been completed at a given point in time. Question example. What is the planned value of a project with a total budget of $200,000, scheduled to last 10 months, at the end of the 4th month? Actual cost pay. This represents the actual cost incurred for work performed. Question example. What is the actual cost of a project if $50? Zero has been spent at a particular point in time. Cost performance index CPI. This is a measure of cost efficiency and is calculated as EVAC. Question example. What is the cost performance index of a project with an earned value of $60,000 and actual cost of $75,000? Schedule performance index SPI. This is a measure of schedule efficiency and is calculated as EVPV. Question example. What is the schedule performance index of a project with an earned value of $90,000 and a planned value of $100,000? Cost variance CV. This represents the difference between the earned value and actual cost, calculated as FA. Question example. What is the cost variance of a project with an earned value of $120,000 and actual cost of $130,000? Schedule variance SV. This represents the difference between the earned value and planned value, calculated as FVPV. Question example. What is the schedule variance of a project with an earned value of $140,000 and a planned value of $150,000? Estimate at completion, EIK. This represents the expected total cost of the project based on performance to date and can be calculated in various ways depending on the scenario. Question example. Given a project with a budget at completion BAC of $200,000, an actual cost AK of $90,000, and a cost performance index CPI of 0.8. What is the estimate at completion? Estimate to complete, etc. This represents the expected cost to complete the remaining work of the project. Question example. What is the estimate to complete for a project with an estimate at completion EIK of $250,000 and actual costs IK of $100,000? To complete performance index TCPI. This represents the required cost performance for the remaining work to meet a specific management goal. Question example. What is the to complete performance index for a project with a budget at completion BAC of $300,000, an earned value EV of $100,000, an actual cost IRAP of $120,000? These formulas are critical in project management for performance measurement and forecast, helping project managers to understand how well the project is performing against the budget and schedule, and what corrective actions might be needed. Budget at completion BAC. The total budget for the project. Question example. What is the budget at completion if the project has a total funding of $500,000? Variance at completion BAC. The expected cost overruns or underruns at the end of the project, calculated as BAC EAT. Question example. What is the variance at completion for a project with a budget at completion of $250,000 and an estimate at completion of $260,000? Percent complete PC. The percentage of work completed, calculated as AV BAC A 100. Question example. What is the percent complete for a project with an earned value of $40,000 and a budget at completion of $100,000? Percent spent. The percentage of the budget that has been spent, calculated as ACO BAC 100. Question example. What is the percent spent for a project with actual costs of $50,000 and a budget at completion of $200,000? Communication channels NIN 102. The number of communication channels in a project, where N is the number of stakeholders. Question example. How many communication channels are there in a project with 10 stakeholders? Present value PVV. The current value of a future amount of money, calculated using the formula PVFV, FV, 1 RN, where FV is the future value, R is the discount rate, and N is the number of periods. Question example. What is the present value of a future cash flow of $10,000 to be received in 5 years, with a discount rate of 5%? Net present value NPV. The present value of all future cash flows, both incoming and outgoing. Question example. What is the net present value of a project with future cash inflows of $100,000 and cash outflows of $80,000, with a discount rate of 6%? Internal rate of return year. The discount rate that makes the net present value of a project 0. Question example. What is the internal rate of return for a project with an initial investment of $150,000 and future cash inflows of $200,000? Payback period. The time it takes for an investment to generate an amount of income or cash equivalent to the cost of the investment. Question example. What is the payback period for a project with an initial investment of $250,000 and annual cash inflows of $50,000? Benefit cost ratio, BCRA. The ratio of the present value of benefits to the present value of costs, calculated as PV of benefits, PV of costs. Question example. What is the benefit cost ratio for a project with present value of benefits of $300,000 and present value of costs of $250,000?